It looked like the perfect day for a long hike in the nature preserve.
Now, where are you folks headed?
Lookout Ridge. I need to do 5 scenic sketches for art class.
And I need to add to my deciduous leaf collection.
I get it, a loose leaf notebook.
That's one down already. Oh, it's gonna be a great day.
According to the map, the trail's that way.
All right. George?
Some days, even the most curious monkey just wants to sit and color.
Let's go. I promise you'll find hiking exciting.
Hey, have a safe hike.
Speaking of safety, you have our food, matches, first aid kit, and rope, right?
All here.
Good. I have the map. And we each have water. And whistles in case we need to signal someone.
Great.
A silver birch! Can we stop?
Oh, sure. This could be my second sketch.
How could anyone be that excited about trees?
Done. All right. Everyone ready to move on?
George, hikers hike out with everything they bring in, or they use a trash can. We go left.
Good.
Cool.
George. Look over here. There was a beaver right there. You just missed it. Say, this would make a nice sketch.
Seeing a beaver might be exciting. That beaver couldn't stay under forever.
All done. See any beavers?
They must be in their lodge. That's what they call their house. They enter it from underwater.
Sorry, George. Time to move on.
Hiking must be another word for disappointing.
George?
Veer right.
Bill found rare leaves. The man with the yellow hat sketched. But George didn't see anything he couldn't see at home.
We made it. Lookout Ridge.
Well, we'll stay a while, then hike back.
That's right. They had to hike all the way back again. On warm evenings, George always filled the bird feeder at bedtime.
Time for bed, George.
That way, in the morning, he woke up to the sound of happy birds. Empty. Birds never ate the seeds that fast. Maybe a big bird gulped it all down first thing in the morning. No. George would have noticed giant feathers in the neighborhood.
Hey, George. What you looking at? Oh, baby possum tracks. Short for opossum. Maybe you've never seen one because they're nocturnal. Nocturnal animals are active at night when the rest of us sleep and the town is quiet. I gotta finish my route. See ya.
A possum? George wondered what a possum looked like. So the next night, he prepared for a stakeout. Since he might get hungry if it took a long time, he made himself a tuna fish and banana sandwich. And then he waited, with only the radio to keep him company.
Are you ready to hear the legend of the lake creature of Lake Wanasink Lake? Well, it's said to roam the countryside the first full moon of every summer, and that's tonight.
Was this a possum? And if it was it all right? Well, it certainly had an appetite. Its tracks matched the others. So this was a possum. Now that George had seen one, he could go to bed. George told it to go home, but it didn't go. Maybe the baby possum was lost and needed help finding its family. But George had no idea where the possum's family lived. The possum ate some bird food. Maybe it lived with birds in a nest.
So don't be surprised if you hear strange noises and see a creature with the head of a fish wandering through town.
Yeah, right. It's the lake creature.
George decided that possums and birds probably didn't live together.
He was here, Mr. Quinn. He tried to get in my window.
George thought he knew all the animals on Rankin's farm, but maybe he only knew the day animals. George had never seen a bird like this in the daytime. It must be nocturnal, too. The possum's family wouldn't live here. It was too noisy. Spring had arrived. It was the perfect day for George to break his moonball record.
George! Time to come in. Come on, bedtime. Oh, I get it. You think because the sun is out, you should be out. Well, George, in the winter, the days are short, so it's dark at dinner time and dark at bedtime. But now it's spring, so the days are longer. It's light when you eat dinner and light when you go to bed. Well, 7:30 means bedtime no matter how light it is outside, George. I know.
It was hard to fall asleep with the sun out. Counting sheep seemed like a good idea. But even the sheep were out enjoying the sunshine. It just wasn't fair to make a monkey go to bed and miss all this. George didn't fall asleep until the sun went down.
There we go. Good morning, George. I put new batteries in the clock, so now I'm setting the time. Look, I can move the time forward, like this, or backward, like this. See, the little hand points to the hour, 8. And the big hand tells you how long until the next hour. "8:30, halfway to 9 o'clock. So while my bedroom clock and watch are in the shop, Olga will make sure we're on time for things, like going to bed. You know, I'd like to get a surprise for George. He's been really good about sticking to his bedtime.
Hey, what about a blimp ride? The Rough Week blimp is in town this week, and I know the owner.
Oh, George would love a blimp ride.
Well, good. Mr. Rough Week will be here tomorrow at 9:30. You can make an appointment with him. But be on time. Mr. Rough Week keeps a tight schedule.
George, it's bedtime. I'm sorry, George. It's 7:30. If it were 6:30, you could keep playing, but it's not.
6:30? George just learned how to change time this morning.
Well, your bed is all ready for you. Oh, it's only... I thought... Oh, sorry. I guess you still have an hour to play. Oh, can't be late.
What happened?
Well, they were out of jelly donuts, so I got chocolate.
You're late.
That's not possible.
The man with the yellow hat was glad he had a friend like George to help carry his work. Because he needed both hands free to do this. And he'd been doing it more often every day.
Oh.
You're here. But you don't have the MacGuffin Foundation report?
Thank you, George.
Yes. Oh, good.
I hope it's all okay. I'm no scientist. Sorry.
My, it doesn't take a scientist to know you caught a cold. Make sure he goes straight home to bed and gets plenty of rest, okay?
Wait, George. They have to read the report first.
Oh, go home. We'll call if we need changes.
The man with the yellow hat always took care of George. Now it was George's turn to take care of him.
No, George, I don't want to go to bed. I'm gonna mail these letters. Okay, you win. I'll be good as new in the morning.
This is pizza. Shh. We read the report. We need you to make some changes right away. Shh. Oh, your cold sounds much worse. Now, don't strain your voice. Just listen. Switch chapters 2 and 7 and move 5 before 3. Rotate every chart 90 degrees clockwise and anything blue, make it orange, okay? Oh, and we need that done today. Drink plenty of water and fruit juice. It helps you beat a cold.
If the man with the yellow hat should drink plenty of juice and water, George would bring him 2 times plenty, so he'd get better faster.
Who was on the phone, George? Ah, drinking fluids is good for a cold. You're one smart little monkey.
George was happy he'd done everything he could to help the man get better.
When I misplaced my brain, they said I was hopeless. But now I'm almost normal, thanks to you, Dr. McSpritzy.
Don't thank me. You're getting better fast because of the care you get here at Handsome General Hospital.
If George gave the man with the yellow hat the same care as a hospital, he'd get better fast.
Handsome Hospital will return after these messages.
I was sleeping so soundly, I forgot I was sick and... Huh? What? Where? Where am... Oh, for a second I thought I woke up in the hospital. You know, George, if you really want to help me, go to the drugstore and get me some of this cold medicine. And please mail those letters.
It was a perfect day to practice your golf swing. Unfortunately for Jumpy Squirrel, that's exactly what George and Bill were doing.
The tea's all yours, George. little trick, George. If you don't choke up on the club, you can really whack the ball. The more club you got between you and the ball, the farther the ball goes when you hit it. Try it.
Huh?
Nice swing, George! I don't know how it works, but it's something called leverage. It makes you stronger than you really are.
Huh.
Keep practicing. Practice is important if you want to be a good golfer.
There was no telling when you might get to practice your swing.
Thanks, George. Whoa.
So when the man with the yellow hat told George they were going to Scotland to help Uncle Tam move, George and his club were raring to go. Only the club wasn't going anywhere.
Trust me, George, you don't need to bring a golf club to Scotland.
Welcome to Scotland.
No wonder he didn't need to bring his club. This was like having an uncle with his very own golf store. To go with his very own golf course. At his very own castle.
Why don't you go hit a few while this fella and I pack up for the move? And keep an eye out for that thieving squirrel. He's always after me golf balls.
George had no time to lose. It had been hours since he last golfed. Bill had warned George that a golfer had to be careful. He could lose his ball in a sand trap or a water trap. Or a squirrel trap? And then he remembered.
Something called leverage. Makes you stronger.
If you could hit a ball harder with leverage, maybe you could push a window harder too.
Out of this great castle.
An old agreement says the castle's owner must show the deed every year or pay the back taxes. And I cannot find the deed.
Oh.
Benji and Willie were George's favorite mice in the entire world. Bruno was the only gopher snake he knew personally. So when Mr. Zubel asked him to pet sit for a day, George was thrilled.
Thanks for helping me on such short notice, George. I have to be at the zoo morning till night, studying feet for my new mural. I know what you did last summer. Now, Bruno has already eaten an egg, so he won't be hungry anymore today. Don't feed him. The mice must be fed, but I'm out of food. So I told the pet shop you'd be coming by to pick up mouse food.
George was determined to be the best pet sitter ever. So he sat.
See you tonight. Thanks again.
George, I have to go talk to the park director about Heritage Week. Will you be okay by yourself? Be a good little monkey pet sitter.
A good sitter makes his sittee feel at home. Since these guys lived together, they were probably used to being closer together. They didn't seem happy about that. Of course they weren't happy. They were hungry. Time to get food.
Here you go. 1 bag of mouse treats for Benji and Willie Zubel. Excuse me. Would I have to feed a snake long, skinny food? No. Snakes eat fish, insects, spiders, mice. Yeah, mice, earthworms, slugs, eggs, and they only eat once a week, sometimes once a month.
No wonder Benji and Willie didn't want to be near Bruno.
You forgot your mouse food!
Hola, Zubel here. I didn't tell George that Bruno is about to shed his skin. He only sheds 3 times a year.
So watch for it. It's worth seeing. Sorry, I'm out of peanuts.
George reassured the mice that they were safe the whole time. When he went to make sure Bruno liked his new spot by the window, he noticed Bruno had changed. What happened to him? The pet shop owner knew all about snakes. George could bring Bruno and ask him. Like any snake, when Bruno saw that warm sun, he wanted to be in it. The sun was warm, but city life was too noisy for a snake. He wanted to find somewhere quiet.
Came back for this? Ah, I see Bruno shed his skin. Mr. Zubel was waiting for it. As a snake grows up, it wriggles out of its old skin. Did you think this was Bruno? I'll bet Bruno is under his rock. That's where he always goes after he sheds.
George was relieved to hear Bruno would be safe in his animal habitat. Until he remembered he left the habitat open. Bruno must have crawled out. Bill and George went fishing almost every day since summer began. So they weren't about to let a crisp fall day stop them.
Hey, George! Ready to go?
George? Wear your jacket. It's cool out there.
You gotta stay still, George. You're gonna scare the fish.
Who could sit still in an itchy jacket? This was much better. but a little chilly. Make that really cold.
Ooh, brr. You know what? I think it's turned too cold for fishing. I can tell you don't like wearing that coat. Too bad you were born a city kid and not a bear. Bears don't go out in the cold. They sleep all winter. It's called hibernation. Bears eat a whole bunch of food in fall, and then they sleep till spring.
If he hibernated, George wouldn't have to wear an itchy coat. This monkey was ready to go bear.
Whoa, you're back fast. Too cold? Yeah, I bet you were glad you wore your jacket, huh?
George got to work preparing for his hibernation by eating as much as he could. George couldn't even eat one more grape. It was hibernating time. He ate as much as he could. So why wasn't George hibernating? How did bears do it? Maybe he wasn't trying hard enough. Of course he couldn't fall asleep. He knew it was daytime. George could fix that. Now when he glanced at the window, it would look like bedtime. But seeing stars wasn't enough. The room was too bright. This wasn't working either. How did bears do it? George had to find out. The window of Dulcin's toy store was impossible to walk past without stopping.
Hey, what do you say we stop in here for just a second, okay, George?
Crunchy banana bars. Remember, don't eat them all in one day or you'll get another tummy ache.
Don't worry, Mrs. Dulcin. I learned my lesson last time. You remember what we agreed. Any extra toys you buy with your allowance. He gets $1 a week for doing his chores.
The toy boat costs $5, George.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm sorry, George, but it'll take 500 pennies to buy a boat.
Yeah, let's go home and count up the rest of your savings. George, you've been searching for 15 minutes. Don't you have any money saved? That's it? Oh, so that's where most of it is. You really need to organize your funds, buddy. I know just the thing for you. It's just like the one I saved my money in when I was your age. Okay, George, let's feed Piggy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cents. And 5 pennies is the same as 1 nickel. A little extra to get you started. Now you have 15 cents. Well, George, you won't find any more nickels in your ears. That was my little magic trick. Let's see. If you save your dollar allowance every week, you'll have that new boat in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Or you could do extra chores and get it even sooner.
Saving money sounded good to George. So he started doing extra chores right away.
George? Where are you? I thought you were gonna dust the roof. What? Wow, I don't think anyone's ever dusted up there before. Thanks. Huh. Oh, is that why you gave me this? Well, thank you, George. Oh, I get it. Thank you. Goodbye, George. George, I can't pay you for things I usually do myself. That's why I wouldn't let you brush my teeth. But here's a 20-cent advance on next week's allowance. 5, 10, 15, 20 cents.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woohoo! Yeah, all right.
Okay, George, your turn. You've got to hit the 8 now.
Do it and you set a record. You've never made it past 7 in hopscotch before.
Huh? Oh, George, when you reach 7, you just have bad luck.
George was sure that's what he had. He had bad luck with pouring and bathtub boating, too. George started to wonder if this bad luck would ever end. Apparently, not anytime soon.
Come on, George. let's get home before we get soaked. Let's get you a hat so you don't get too wet.
Ooh.
You like this one? Hey, George, Charky found her ball. Let's get home before it starts again. Oh, hey, that's pretty lucky. You want to use it in the toy store?
Congratulations! You're Dulcin's 1 millionth customer. You've just won a shopping spree.
Uh-huh. And you can keep all the toys you can grab. In 10 seconds. Starting now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, good choice. She's a beauty. Super fast, even in bubble bath.
And tell you what, you can keep all the other toys you grabbed.
Oh, what good luck! The rain stopped, Charky found her ball, you found a coin, then you won all of this.
The man with the yellow hat was right. George's bad luck had become good luck. And it started when he put his new hat on.
I call this extreme hopscotch. You think he can handle it? Yeah! You can go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13? George had never counted past 12. What did 13 look like? Of course. 1 comes before 2, and 2 comes before 3.
13, 14, 15, 16. 7, 6, 5.
George played his best game ever.
3, 2, 1.
Then it came time to throw number 8.
Uh-oh, here's where his bad luck kicks in.
Shh, give him a chance.
If there was ever a time George needed his lucky cap, it was now.
Ooh.
Rankin's farm was a playground for a monkey. There were cows, hens, and little Mike, George's favorite pig.
Wow, you may have a real future in pig training, George. And you taught him to shake? Well, that one needs a little work.
Come and hear the news! Oscar made the state finals in the pretty face competition for pigs.
Congratulations, Oscar.
Now they're off to the county fair to win first prize. Without me.
Oh, sorry, dear, but someone has to do the work first thing in the morning.
we'll get back just a little too late.
I would volunteer, but I have no experience.
Oh, it's not hard. You and George could handle it. One day, cinchy.
You'll just have to feed the pigs, collect eggs from the hens, and milk the cows.
Oh, gee, I don't... You sure, George? I mean, a farmer has to get up with the sun and work hard.
Oh, it'd mean a lot to Oscar to have his old dad there rooting him on.
Well, okay.
That's the spirit.
Oh, you'll have a blast. Now, remember, milk Leslie from the side, not from behind, or she might get nervous and kick. You milk her like this. Now, George, this pail holds 1 gallon. When it's full...
Use it to fill 4 one-quart bottles.
1 gallon. That's the same as 4 quarts. You got that, George?
Now, there are 8 hens and 6 chicks.
8 and 6.
Always count the chicks. The little rascals tend to wander off. We just have the one rooster. You'll know where he is.
Collect the eggs from the hen house, then put them in cartons. Each carton holds a dozen.
Oh, a dozen is 12, George. 10 plus 2. Have fun.
Remember, George, no sleeping in.
Monkey asleep. Alarm set for 5 a.m. Alarm is on.
I just hope I can wake George up that early.
George was too excited to sleep. He wondered if it was time to start. 15 more minutes. He decided to let the man sleep until the alarm woke him up. Sounds can be mysterious, especially when they wake you from a deep sleep. Mystery solved. It was the sound of the man with the yellow hat digging. George couldn't think of a better way to start the day.
Morning, George. You want to help dig? Why are we digging? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. It's a surprise.
Ahoy there! Well, I see you started without me.
Oh, morning, Mr. Quint. Yeah, George is gonna help us dig too.
That's great. But I got a better shovel for you.
Yeah, perfect size for a little monkey.
Brought my trusty wheelbarrow and buckets to help us haul the dirt, don't you know?
Well, there's gonna be a lot of dirt too because it's gonna be a deep hole.
What was a deep hole good for?
These are hard hats. There, for safety. Nobody goes down in the hole without them, okay? Yeah, I thought he should get this one, too.
Thanks, George. It's not going to be so easy carrying dirt out of here anymore.
I borrowed my brother Flint's ladder.
Oh, great. Where is it?
It's, oops. Left it in the truck. Well, I'll just go get it. Well, easy. You just boost me onto your shoulders there. Now put your hands there, won't you?
I got, just, let me get my balance for, I should.
My lucky fishing float. Whew. Thanks. Oh, better yet, you step on my back. Oops, wait a sec.
Or George could go get it. That's not too heavy for you, is it, buddy? Great. Thanks, George. I think this hole is deep enough.
Deep enough for what? Nothing makes dusk special like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And a lightning bug chase. And nothing slams the brakes on fun like some strange cat eating your sandwich. This was one weird cat, but it needed to know whose food that was. George didn't know what just happened, but he knew it stunk.
Whoa! Did you mean a skunk? Mm-hmm. If it's about the size of a cat with a bigger tail, that smell and nocturnal. Nocturnal. Oh, sorry, that means it comes out at night. If it's all those things, that's a skunk. Oh, you won't smell bad forever. Tomato juice gets the smell out.
To prevent getting smelled up again, George created an anti-skunk tool. This time he'd scare that skunk so it would stay far away from him.
Oh, this must have frightened it. Skunks only spray that smell when they're scared, and loud noises scare them. Yeah, if you see it again, George, run inside until it passes, okay?
The next night, George brought tools to help him spot the skunk.
Hi, George. I'm closing this hole because the skunk's been staying under the house. Don't worry, it's not in there now. You shouldn't do that. Skunks are scared of bright light, you know. Take a bath in tomato juice.
Wow. Well, good thing we're going back to the city tomorrow. We're out of tomato juice.
At the end of the night, the skunk was tired, but it found its old sleeping place sealed up. This looked like a dark, cozy, excellent place to sleep all day.
Now, where did I leave that basket? Shh! We don't want to wake the neighbors.
George was happy because he had a very important job to do today.
Very funny, George.
And no, it wasn't doing cat impersonations. His job was to watch Professor Wiseman's new kitten, Lucky, who was too young to take care of himself.
We have to go now. Can you believe city workers digging a new water pipe found dinosaur bones?
Yeah, George, we only have a few hours to rescue the bones before they start digging again.
We're lucky to get even a few hours. And speaking of lucky, you're too little and too silly to come along, aren't you? Aren't you? Bye, Lucky. Thanks, George.
See you back home, George. And please take good care of Lucky.
Good. George planned on taking excellent care of Lucky.
You're in charge of the lobby till I get back, Hundley.
Now, what was that monkey bringing into his lobby? Probably something that spills or smells or oozes or... Lucky had no idea what Hundley was. He'd never seen a dog before. But he liked the way it smelled. He liked the way it felt. And he liked the way it sounded. In fact, Lucky liked everything about Hundley. Hundley wasn't so sure a dignified dachshund should allow a kitty to walk on his back.
bless you. Is this your kitten, George? Hundley's allergic to certain cats, and that cat must be one of them. Please, keep it away.
Lucky missed Hundley already. But how could Lucky be with Hundley if he wasn't allowed near him? George could build Lucky a perfect sneeze-free wiener dog. Lucky seemed to like the way Hundley sounded. What did Hundley sound like? George had to find something that made a bump-bump sound. Now, what else did Lucky like about Hundley? Lucky liked the way Hundley felt. Hi. George was used to encountering new, unexplained things, but this was pretty mysterious.
Well, I'm practicing my smile for my new driver's license picture. Those are bad, but this time I'm preparing a perfect smile. Oh, right. I should practice with my hat on. George? George? Can you have it cleaned and ready by 2? It's very important.
You'll have it by 2? Good as new. What was this again?
A hat. It's a hat. I need it for my photo. Without my yellow hat, I'm not me.
Go home. Relax. I'll deliver it.
Minutes can seem like hours when you're waiting for a hat to be blocked.
Oh, it's time for my run. George, will you stay here in case the hat's delivered while I'm gone? Oh, and could you please throw that stuff out for me? It's trash day.
Hat delivery from Notorious Cleaners. No, thank you. If everybody had a monkey, I'd be rich.
The hat was home. Everything was perfect. That was a funny smell for a clean hat.
Huh?
Why, it smelled just like garbage.
George, don't go in there! Oh, if you threw something away by mistake, it'll be in the dumpster downstairs. Come on!
The trash chute led to a dumpster, so the garbage hauler could take the trash away. Which is what she was doing at that very second.
Everything you throw down that chute ends up right... Uh-oh.
Huh?
Well, the garbage truck came. It's gone.
It was Friday night in the country, which, for a man and his monkey, meant bowling at Bowmore Lanes. This Friday was extra special. It was the night of the bowling championship. There were a lot of good bowlers, but the man with the yellow hat was the only contender whose cheering squad applauded with his feet.
Thanks, George, but if I don't use my bowling ball, I can't seem to hit anything. Yes! Oh, this is it, George. The last roll of the game.
George loved Mrs. Rankin's ball. It was so bright and shiny and cowy.
Well, who won?
You two are tied. That means tomorrow night you compete in a one-game tiebreaker roll-off.
Oh, here we go,
You want to roll one, George? This one's light.
Gutter ball. Whenever George bowled, it was a gutter ball.
Oh, you'll get better. Takes practice.
See you at the playoffs, and may the best bowler win.
The next morning, there was the type of excitement in the air only bowling can bring.
You know, I actually feel nervous about tonight's roll-off. Nothing makes a guy feel lucky like freshly polished bowling shoes. Bowl, bowl, bowl your ball briskly down the lane.
If polished shoes were lucky, a polished bowling ball must be super-duper lucky. George decided to surprise the man by polishing his ball. This was the heaviest bowling ball ever. Fortunately, it rolled. Unfortunately, it kept on rolling. In fact, bowling balls didn't seem to know when to stop rolling.
Merrily, 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 lots of strikes and spares.
If the ball didn't need polishing before, it sure needed it now.
George! Oh, there you are. Hey, don't get too dirty. We need to leave for the bowling alley soon.
Of all the party sights, sounds, smells, and tastes, one thing caught George's interest. And it smelled like candy.
Like my piñata, George? I'm glad you like it, because it's time to break it. George, it's a game. Whoever breaks it wins the candy inside. You want to go first? You have to hit the piñata with the bat.
Hold on. You're not ready yet. Okay, give it your best whack.
Missed. Try again.
Oh no! Oh, Stephen, move the bird! House! Oh, never mind.
George was sure he'd whacked that piñata by now.
Well, this is a good time to make lemonade. Everyone inside. I think George feels a little shy
About smashing the place up?
About not winning. Could you please ask him to rejoin the party?
Can I sit with you? If I go in, I have to keep waiting on my little sister and her little friends. You know, I could show you how to whack a piñata the right way. Sure, it'd give me a reason to stay out here longer. You always play follow the leader with Charky all over the neighborhood, right? Play now, except do it without seeing her. Go on, Charky, you're leader.
George knew that sound.
That's right, follow her. You gotta figure out how to avoid walking into trees. Without looking. Hey, do you want to get good at this and win piñata candy or what? I'll get us some lemonade. Watching you run around is making me thirsty. Keep following her while I'm gone.
Sharky got quiet, so George concentrated on listening. If there was one thing Sharky loved more than escaping, it was follow the leader. Steve was right. George could tell exactly where Sharky was.
Ugh, I'm glad I don't have to be in there. I'm too old and too smart to be playing. Uh-oh.
The city is always a feast for an observant little monkey's eyes. And this morning, George was feasting on bold, colorful signs.
Ooh, wow. That's a pretty startling poster, huh? Hi, Steve. I didn't know you worked here.
I don't. I just change the posters when the new movies come. And the manager lets me keep the old ones. My collection's huge. I bet I hold the most poster record. You want to see it? Come on!
Sure, George. Have fun.
Having a collection's great. My favorite stuff's always around me.
At that moment, George decided he needed two things: to start his very own collection of his favorite stuff, and to stop spinning around. All the way home, George tried to decide which of his favorite things to collect. He could collect great-looking signs, just like that guy. George set out to find the best-looking signs in town. Sadly, one of his favorite signs was too big to take home.
Boy, they really make the animals earn their keep here.
George had a sign Hundley might like. A smart-looking dog with a bright red line. Huntley did enjoy his sign, but not for long.
Sorry, fella, you can't be in here.
George's collection was off to a great start, but there was still plenty of room. So George went back to the park.
Pedestrians only! Ah, says who?
After a big meal, there's nothing a monkey likes more than a game of wild goose chase.
Oh, Jojo! Wish me luck, George. I got a big meeting today.
Here you go, George. Have at it.
Digesting was twice as nice with dice.
Three. Actually, you need to move one more square, George.
George liked getting geese, but he knew the man was wrong. He had moved 3.
I showed you this last time we played, remember? No, George, you don't count the square from where you start. You have to count on from there. 1, 2, 3. You see? Well, think of it this way. If you always rolled 1 but didn't move ahead, you'd spend the whole game on the first square.
George wasn't so sure about this. What if the man was just trying to let him win?
Oh my! Chef Bischetti! Oh, my poor Chef Bischetti. It's terrible. This is just awful.
What's wrong, Nettie?
Chef Bischetti is starting a new food business.
Wow.
Today's his big meeting with important clients. But he forgot his pie. His presentation will fall flat without it. Oh, my poor Chef Bischetti. I would take the pie to him, but someone has to keep an eye on the restaurant. Oh, what do I do?
George could do the delivery. It'd be as easy as pie.
Oh, grazie, Giorgio. You are an angel.
He sure was. If angels were small and hairy and used their feet as hands.
Oh, be careful, George. The pie must be perfect, and it has to be there no later than 3:30. Now, here's how to get there. First, take the number 3 bus, 3 stops to 3rd Avenue.
Look out! I don't know how to stop these things! Sorry, George!
George knew where the pie had to go. He just hoped he could get it there in one piece.
My wife Nettie called.
The primo biscotti pie will be here soon. Whew.
George had to ride for 3 stops, but counting stops was hard if your hands were full of pie. Luckily, George was on his toes. This was George's first bus stop. Now, just 2 more to go. This was George's second bus stop. And finally, the third stop.
George, have you gotten those toys put away yet? Wow, that was fast. Well, if you can't fit your toys in here, you should probably give some away to make room. Hey, I got an idea. Let's get some fruit crates from the market to help you get organized.
George wasn't sure if the fruit crates would help, but he liked the fact that they smelled like apples.
Ready, set, go! Done! Way to go, son! You shaved 2 seconds off your average time. But George won't count as a produce item in the competition.
Sorry, George. I guess I got carried away. I'm training for the final round of the Bag Olympics on Saturday.
This could be the year we finally beat Large Mart. They've won 3 years in a row.
Maybe you could teach George how to pack his toys this neatly.
Sure, I can show you how it's done, George. You could help by timing me with the stopwatch.
Hit that button to start counting the seconds. Hit it again to stop it, and hit the other one to reset.
Okay, be a good little monkey learning to pack stuff neatly.
George was sure all those groceries would not fit into one paper bag.
The clock's running, I know. Oh, I hate canned hams, although they are delicious. Oh, they're a bagger's nightmare. What a weird shape. It's short, it's tall, it's round, it's flat. It's the beast of all processed meats.
Canned hams are the least of your worries.
Hello, Rodney.
I've got a new technique for bagging deli meats that'll make your head spin.
You want to see speed? Come on, George.
I'll watch from out here. I wouldn't want anyone to mistake me for an employee of this place.
Ow! Ooh. Ah.
Bad sprain, but you'll be as good as new in a week.
But the competition's this weekend.
Too bad. I was really looking forward to beating you.
Why are you in my doctor's office?
I care about my competition. but it looks like I have none.
Rodney, we have another bagger who could beat you with 3 hands tied behind his back.
Huh? Huh? That monkey?
George has worked at the store, so he can represent us in the contest.
Well, oh yeah?
It'll take practice, but I'll teach you everything I know. Will you do it?
George thought the best vegetables in the world came from the market.
I was thinking about making vegetable soup tonight. But that got me thinking about Chef Pischetti's fresh vegetable soup and spinach ravioli. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, George? Minestrone with extra carrots and spinach ravioli for 2.
Natty, stop! Don't take that order!
Is something wrong, Chef Pischetti?
Wrong? Oh, yes. I am all out of carrots and spinach. I, Pischetti, have failed you.
Chef, can't you just go get some fresh vegetables?
I don't want to keep them waiting.
Oh, we'd wait all night for your fresh vegetables, Chef. They're the reason we come here.
No. You want to help me get fresh veggies off the roof, Giorgio?
Did he say the roof? Doesn't the grocer make the fresh vegetables at the market?
You see other veggies grow on farms far away, then they travel to a store where they sit around until you buy them. My veggies grow here, go down to the kitchen, then to your belly on the same day.
George didn't see any carrots here. Veggies come from dirt.
Weeds. Weeds. Oh, monsteroso. Oh, weeds are bad. Very bad. You see, weeds like this soak up the water and nutrients from the soil that my veggies need to grow. If my veggies can't grow, my food won't be Pischetti fresh. And if it's not, I will close it down. Yes, I will close my restaurant before I let anyone think Pischetti is not the best they ever tasted. I must pull those weeds, but after working hard all day, I'm too tired to get it all done.
George couldn't stop thinking about Chef Pischetti's weed problem.
After working hard all day, was too tired to get his work done. I didn't think you were paying attention. I'll start again. The shoemaker and the elves. Once there was a shoemaker who, after working hard all day, was too tired to get his work done. I am too tired to get it all done, he thought. But if I don't, my customer will have but one shoe and may hop over to another cobbler. He couldn't stay awake. As he slept, an amazing thing happened. Elves did his work for him. When the cobbler awoke, he didn't know how that shoe got finished.
George wondered if a little monkey could be an elf for a chef. First thing the next morning, George did some secret elf weeding. George dug up every nasty green thing he saw. 3 bags full.
Hello, Giorgio. You want to come help me get fresh veggies for today's food?
Now it was time for Elf George to see how happy he'd made the chef.
I'm ruined! It's all gone. The weeds and almost all of my veggies. What am I gonna cook?